Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 2 of Trainers Truths, and I'm super excited to get one of my close friends on this. Also, someone that I have the privilege of working with as well. And I feel like his story is a really interesting one to delve into because for me it's so obscure, it's so inspiring. And I said something in our previous edit. I'm not going to say it again because it's now going to stop me from getting in trouble with everyone. So thank goodness a few things weren't working out as they needed to be. But we out here, and this is
James Corbin.
what'd you do? Tell him, bro.
So, sure. All right. So, I am a creative first and foremost. I work in media, and I work in fashion as well. I work behind the camera and in front of the camera.
He's very humble. He's very humble. We're not going to say too much. If he doesn't want to say it, then we won't.
No. So some of the stuff I do, I model. I'm a TV producer.
Yeah.
I'm a radio producer. I creative direct.
What else, man?
I write.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
I get it to work. But yeah. Like I do a lot of things, and that's me. I'm here today. Yeah.
I feel like I should have addressed you and I should have been in shades or something. I feel like I needed to match your tone today, Jay.
No.
You're coming clean. You're coming clean.
You're good.
But this is Trainers Truths, and we dive into real stories by real people. So I want to talk to you about your fitness journey, but I also want to look at your fitness journey as a small segment of, all the other things that you do. So I know that different factors of your job roles, for instance, affect what we do together. And I guess what I want from the audience is to understand that not everyone looks like someone who goes to the gym 5 times a week, and what your focus is and people's perceptions around that. So if you don't mind, would you just give a little bit of an outline as, to that?
Well, okay, so I've always been a chunky one. Like I've always been a bigger child in general, but I wasn't aware of what a balanced diet was. Cultural foods are unhealthy as well, as well as genetics. My metabolism just isn't fast, and I think I only realized that when I was a bit older. And I was just so used to this is just the way I guess I am, and I remember only looking at fitness and understanding dieting when I was in secondary school, and that's the first time I went to the gym. And growing up, people are mean and whatnot, and it's
sure.
Even going to the gym was something for people to make comments about.
Yeah.
So it's I felt like I was ashamed to go to the gym. They're like, yeah, he's going to the gym. Huh? I'm like, all right, forget it. I'm not going to go to the gym.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do me. I'm cool kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I guess only as I got older, I've started to look at my health. But in general, though, it was more about changing my mindset, the way I saw my body, and really thinking about the way I see myself. And in my job, I've got to be in front of the camera, and I'm so conscious that the way I feel, my mind is connected to the way I treat my body, and that's why I'm now at a place where I can positively look into fitness and for health, for good health, not for a body image.
Yeah.
But we're going to get into that today.
Yeah, of course.
So,
And I think, just touching on that, we said around people's perceptions. And I think even something that I made in my previous episode was saying I didn't realize there was anything supposedly wrong with me until other people said that there was. And what I mean by that is I was talking about trouser sizes, for instance, in my episode. And I was like, my mum at the time was like, oh, you're becoming a 40 waist, that's getting a bit big. And I was like, I had no reference. There were just numbers to me. It was just a measurement. I was just like, oh, I don't fit these trousers anymore. I'm now on to other ones. But I think it's really interesting to hear your perspective as well of you go into the gym and people almost using that as a sneer point.
Because I was excited. Me, I'm not afraid to give something a try. For someone who's big, people get really shocked at how fast I run, how active I am in certain things, stamina and stuff like that. Because I don't see myself limited because I'm a bigger person. And I was even more carefree when I was younger as well. So I was like, yeah, let's go to the gym. Let's try this. Let's run on this treadmill. I wasn't scared to sweat.
Yeah.
I know people's experiences are different when they grow up being a bit bigger. For me, I wasn't scared to sweat. I wasn't scared to really go in and try things. But when I felt like I'm constantly being torn down for trying, then you just go,
yeah, like what's the point?
yeah,
right?
like,
What's the point?
you know,
And I think
if if people clearly see when, so let me turn this off. Yeah, people clearly clock when you're on a diet, and they'll make a comment as well.
Yeah.
It's like there's no winning, so it's just like, let me just do whatever. Do you know what I mean? Let me not care about it no more. So it kind of came up my mind, and I just lived and just ate whatever.
Yeah.
But it wasn't good for me.
And it's like, so what are those still obstacles now, where you are now as James?
Oh, no. I wouldn't say so. I think now you have adulting problems.
Yeah.
So it's like all of those small things that were nuggets then are now things that you overthink now, and now that you're grown, you know?
Yeah. Get that out of here.
That bloody thing, yeah. I'll just sit down and it will just start playing. Okay. Yeah, so now that I'm grown, it's like those things that were small nuggets now become insecurities or things that you overthink or things that you're subconsciously worried about. So it is a bit tougher now, because like when you're younger, it's like, okay, let's try it. Now it's like you have so many things in your head. You think people are looking at you and stuff. But I really do force myself out my comfort zone.
Yeah. And
like, for example, right now we go to a gym box, right?
Yeah.
Like you, personal trainer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not being funny. We walk in and there's something I notice. Everybody looks ripped. Not many people look like they are in a stage where they're beginners. Not that you can tell what a beginner looks like. But in my subconscious telling me, someone like you aren't meant to be here.
Yeah.
They're all looking at you. But it's something I've got to disregard of, or else it will literally stop me from doing my session.
100%.
And I'm sure many people who's watching, listening, they probably get what I'm saying right now.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's such a beautiful thing with, you know, when I discussed this move with you, and it was like the whole thing of us getting into Gym Box is like, well, what is actually the mission here? And realizing that it's bigger than just a generic fitness journey. It's like, I actually want to improve bigger people's comfort within this area, like within this facility, because like you say, there are these thoughts of, am I supposed to be here? Even, and this is me, myself, like when I first went in there, so this isn't just, what's the word I'm looking for here, like pinned to what people would envision as a bigger person. Like I've been in there and been like, what am I doing here? How am I?
You know what? People just want to feel safe. They just want to feel welcome.
Yes.
And I think things can be made a bit easier as well, because people do tend to stare. Like, I'm not imagining that part. But I just can't focus on that, them staring at me. But I'm saying there's so many things that make people uncomfortable as well. Even like finding clothes to buy to wear to the gym is a struggle if you're bigger, which is surprising considering how much people want people to lose weight.
Definitely.
There's not clothes for people to wear to even lose weight in.
Which is crazy.
I can't lie, like, even though, you know, we watch the movies, big people always like in the grey tracksuit bottoms and this oversized t-shirt and it's full of sweat. I don't want to look like that.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to go in there and train and look like I'm training. I want to, you know, like when you look good, you feel good, you end up doing good. That's 100%. How I feel with the gym outfit. I want the whole set, you know? Gymshark, please. But like, you know, like I want to feel, that's part of the package for me. Mentally put myself there, just like any other thing. If I'm going to a model casting or whatnot, I'm going to come as my best self. It's like, let's go into this, like strong hitting, you know? Really, like, give it my all, and I think stuff like, there's many variables
for sure
that people do find an issue.
And I think like that kind of hits the nail on the head with what you do from a fashion aspect. Okay, after some technical difficulties, I'm coming in with the shades now, Jay. So we were on this point of how what you're trying to do within the gym, well, not even what you're trying to do, but what you will inherently do through the journey that will inspire others, is going to be quite similar to what you strive for with your presence within the fashion industry. And I want you to tell that story a little bit more for us, please. But I just want to quickly say, like, being made aware of what you deem as your purpose within the industry, for me, was very... it's very nice to see, but I can't find the word to express like just how amazing it was to see someone, to see an individual with so much intention. And I think that's something that inside the gym and outside of the gym, in general life, for a lot of people, we tend to lack intention in what we do. So if you don't mind going into that a little bit more, fire away.
Okay, so are you asking me why I've chosen to go down a fitness journey?
I guess what I'm asking you to do is just to talk a little bit more about your whole that whole direction for you in fashion, how that kind of relates, to your fitness journey, like how those two things run in parallel, but also at sometimes there's crossovers between them, I believe, from what I see from the outside.
So I think for me to do my job well, I need to feel good about myself.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be in the right place mentally about myself, and doing that involves taking care of my health, full stop. And that includes my fitness, just being able to keep up with stamina. I have busy days sometimes where it's back and forth. And so to and fro, I want to just feel like I'm ready to go and feel my best, you know?
Yeah.
Watered up, eating well,
yes.
Good, and not
We're getting onto that.
Like heavy at the end of, or anything like that. And just, having that adrenaline kick in and not burning out. It helps with all of that. And mentally as well, you learn so much. I've learnt so much discipline, so much. You've got to plan and play around with your time and make it work as well.
So I'm going to draw it back real quickly, because during that time that we had that technical difficulty, we briefly discussed something which I feel I want to go into a little bit more with you. And it was that whole ethos of, only ripped people train at the gym. And I don't believe that to be the case. And
No, you misunderstood me. So what I was saying, I said it on mic and on camera. I was saying, you asked me, I was telling you the things that people have in their mind that makes them feel uncomfortable. And I was saying the first thing you see is, of course, ripped people a lot of the time, and people that seem to really, really know what they're doing and very intent. And it's it can be very intimidating, and that's not a problem on anybody's side who's taking care of their body in the gym and enjoying their session. No.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's one of the nuances that come together to that makes people scared. And not only, I'm not talking about big people only, I'm talking about anyone who's just not used to going to the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so, there's that was in terms of
the
what
point that you was making.
I was saying there, and the fact that there isn't even gym clothes. You see adverts.
Yeah.
I was talking about adverts first of all. So adverts when it comes to the gym, adverts when it comes to fitness, you always are going to see somebody who's already fit, and not likely, only till recently you start to now see, even with those adverts of Night Go and Night Dance, where you see different bodies, and it's so much more gripping for me, because it's it encourages people of different body sizes to go out and really enjoy fitness, and that they can do it too as well, rather than all the time seeing somebody already looks amazing, already the perfect body. It's it's daunting, isn't it?
For sure.
It's daunting. That's what we see pushed in the media a lot of the time. Yeah,
and I like that, because I think the power of seeing people that look like you, and we can both relate even from, our skin color, and as you go through history, us becoming more prevalent figures within media and stuff like that. I look at certain things and I'm like, wow, I can do that. Do you know what I mean? There's this thing of that feeling of familiarity. I think a little while ago I was looking at why, for instance, Stan Lee made Black Panther the hero. And it's because regardless of skin color, we can all be heroes. And seeing that for people was just seeing a representation of an icon that I would have liked to have been, and someone I can relate to, has all my features. I respect that. I like that. I wanna go on to the next section then, and I want to talk about, what have been some of, because we've talked about some not the negative points, but I'd say more of the harder points within a journey, some of the things that make, journeys harder in general, the perceptions and that stuff. But what kind of things have you seen as wins through your pursuit of health and fitness?
Wins have been, I've managed to come back the next day.
Hey.
That's first of all, that was at the start, that was like a win for me.
Yeah.
The fact I come back the next day, the fact I actually completed it and not walked out and, you know, chilled, went to sleep. Because everything else seems much more fun than when you're in the moment having to make effort to do something that your body's just not used to and your schedule isn't used to.
Yeah.
But so there's seeing that change over mindset, attitude to fitness as well.
Yeah.
I've seen that change in myself since training with yourself. Understanding my strength a bit better.
Yeah, you're an animal. You're an animal. You don't realize it. You really don't. But and I think more people should engage in a health and fitness journey to shock themselves. We have so much potential sometimes that's coiled in not even self-doubt, but sometimes just self-unawareness because we haven't been in that area, right? Even earlier today, I went for a run. I hate running. I've told people close to me years on years how much I hate running.
Why do you hate running?
I don't know. Probably because I'm bad at it. Do you know what I mean? And
why do you say you're bad at it? Like, do you get tired?
Yeah, but everyone gets tired at some
I'm
point.
You
but
personally, not everyone. I
think if I'm honest with you, if I delve into it, we go back to when I was younger and I wasn't great at PE and I was unfit. It would always be the running events.
Was it like the cross country, right? And then you're always like left behind. Do you know what? That's what I was saying. Like, I was willing to try everything. Then I'm doing cross country, and I'm like, why am I last? Like, I'm not gonna do this.
Yeah.
A lot of it is down to the feeling of shame.
100%. Like you don't want to be last. That's why people try so hard. Okay. Some people accept they'll never be first.
Cross country was scary. It was up and down the hills. It was in Croydon as well, and we were in the fields. And I'd have to do the cut through because it's like I'm not gonna come last.
Okay, but you see that. So I think it is that, and I think maybe as we go back into the past. That's okay. As we go back into the past, it is that maybe it is that shame that's kind of linked to that. But I think for me, it's doing something. I've made this month about doing something that I hate. And the reason why is that I'm at a good level of fitness already. Yeah. And I'm like, what can running add to that? And how does it change my attitude? And I'm learning more about myself just simply by waking up, getting whatever trainers or whatever on and just going for these runs. And I mean, it's my second one. I'm making it sound like I'm Mo Farah, which I'm definitely not. To be honest with you, I got lost, like really badly lost in a graveyard. But
was that because you were so into it?
No, I was no, as in I was enjoying exploring new places, and then
So you were enjoying the run?
No.
I used to be getting lost like that.
Listen, he's acting crazy. I was enjoying the experience of finding new places. I could have enjoyed that experience.
Your leg is getting you to new places. If you don't like running, you wouldn't get there.
I could have enjoyed it walking. That's what I'm trying to say. Like there was I wasn't enjoying running. But
what is it then?
What
now,
for me?
For the now, yeah.
What do you mean? What is it for?
Do you get like a bit tired? Stamina? Do you feel a bit sick?
So currently my lower back is kind of hurting a tiny bit. Okay. And my breath.
You've been playing around with some weights and stuff?
No. Just like I think it's the impact from running, joints not used to it. Maybe there's something that's a weakness, maybe tight, I don't know. But this is what I mean about exposing things from like a performance aspect. But outside of that as well, it's more, I can't get my breathing under control when I'm doing something like this. What do I need to do? So this morning I spent time doing breath work to try and get myself level and ready for this run. So I'm always finding solutions to the problems of the previous runs. Hence what I mean, interacting with something that I historically was never really that good at. I'm now giving myself the opportunity to improve those areas. I'm not trying to qualify for a marathon, but I want to feel as if someone mentions when I'm like, I hate it, but I'm half decent at it. And which I am. I've surprised myself. I did my 5K, and to be honest with you, I could have definitely done my first 5K, proper one, when I'm actually trying, under half an hour easy. I could have done mid-20s, which, to be fair with you, for some of the feedback I've got was fairly good, which I'm happy with. But there's an excitement. I think as I've got older and as I've matured, there's an excitement of going, I'm not good at that, and I want to be good at it. Do you know what I mean? I want to improve. That's it. I said it at the end of my last episode. It's all about improvement. It's not about perfection. I'm just enjoy that 0.1 improvement. Is that okay? Is that cool? So can I ask you then, like, as I said to you, I want to kind of bring it back to your wins within, or like your highlights so far on your health and fitness journey. And I think bearing in mind that we are still fairly early, we've got some plans kind of in the background of how I want to take your journey forwards. But would you mind just touching on that again? Because I know you did it a minute ago, but I got so lost on running. See, that's what running does to me. It consumes me. I forgot what my name is. I forgot what my name is just because of that.
So, yeah, I've obviously learned about myself. Like the other day, I found out that my wrists are like dangerously tight.
Yo, this guy's forearms are ridiculous.
Dangerously tight. Like
that's my thumb broken just from contact.
Like, and I would never have known that, and that's because I do a lot of like typing, a lot of editing, and things where my wrist is in a specific like position, and it affects even the way that I lift. And I would never have known that if I didn't start to because that potentially could be an issue later on down the line with joints, arthritis, and all that.
RSI, and like repetitive strain industry. Yeah.
Like we're casting it out now.
Yeah. And it was, again, stumbling across things like this. And this is the thing about a message I want to get through to people is like, you go into the gym and everything is an assessment. From a coach's perspective to you, I'm watching how your body moves, because I'm not just thinking about your longevity in terms of you performing that exercise. I'm like, what can that affect outside of the gym? What does James do on a day-to-day basis that has, why is that the reason? I'm trying to find the origin of these points so that A, we can address them, and B, when I have a conversation with you in 20 years' time, we haven't seen that become a problem that has almost like doubled and tripled in significance. If we can attack that now, not pretty much solve it, but hopefully there's like a brighter future ahead. Okay, back after the last and final one, I promise. Technical difficulties. So was there any more are there any more wins or any more benefits that kind of stick out to you?
Oh, I feel a bit more confident to go in the gym.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. And it's nice to be able to picture those conversations with my friends who are talking about some diet sometimes or talking about what they've done in gym today. I can be like,
you can chime in. Yeah,
that's a win. So, you doing it? You know what I mean? And like discussing form and there's little things like that. It's nice. It feels good to be involved in that conversation.
Yeah, like there's more, I guess, relatability, and I think fitness has definitely become a bit more of it has a bit more of a foothold in people's lives in general. You just jump on TikTok and you'll see like how to get like the best glutes and the way you know what I mean. There's like fitness content has changed some people's lives for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. But in society, I think a really positive move has been people just looking after themselves better, and in you doing that yourself. Mm-hmm. You're directly, I guess, involving yourself in that. And maybe that's like a human thing is, to a degree, we do like to feel like we belong. As much as, people do often try to stick out and be very different to the rest, I feel like there is a degree that we do enjoy relatability, at least, familiarity, and that kind of, just helps the bond of a human being. As much as I like being by myself, I love being around people I can relate to, like yourself. Man, I need some water. Off his dry.
I understand.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
So do you feel like there's anything else to cover? Because if not, I'd like to ask, what's next for Mr. James Corbin?
Oh, yeah. I'd love to build on strength. I'd love to be more stronger.
Yeah.
Gym goals, I would love to, as the journey goes along, I'm going to document this on my social media, across my stories, across stuff, but I want to wear more different things in the gym. And I'm going to be exploring that, different brands that sell gym wear and that look good as well. Like, I want to look the part as well as do the part and see how my body changes. I'm so excited to see. Like, people are telling me they see differences in my body. I don't feel anything. But
of course.
I'm so interested to see that journey.
Yeah.
And
and that's I guess that's New Man November, and that's probably
New
Man November. I think that's the thing that we should set up and definitely see if we can, bring the audience in on that kind of accountability challenge of, is it possible for people to be their best self? I guess we can change habits. We can do all this stuff to improve you as a person. And that can literally happen is something as small as a month. Give yourself 2 months just to work on what can James do better and then do that. And New Man November is what I'm going to hold you to. So we're going to have some really interesting conversations away from this about how we're going to put plans together for that November and what New Man. I'm coining that term, New Man November. I know I need to know what that looks like, and then we can kind of go from there. I'm excited for that. Is there anything else, like when I say to you, like, what's next for James, like outside of fitness? Like, what does James see for himself outside of fitness? Like, take that away.
Well, of course, I want to do better in my career. I'm on a journey. I have to talk a lot, and I feel I have to vocalize myself a lot, and use my social media as one of the instruments that is going to help me. So I'd love everyone to follow my journey, just to see what I'm really about, because I'm only even, I think, hitting this a little bit of what we do. But we're going into Fashion Week, Fashion Month right now.
Hey.
I don't know when this airs, and so like it's nice to be in a sort of like a more healthier schedule, and I'm gonna see a difference to maybe the way I dealt with the last Fashion Week and this Fashion Week. It's a lot of mileage.
Yeah, for sure. And I think alongside all of that is like, James, you make time. Like, you're an extremely busy person. And I know a key thing that I hear quite a lot is like, I don't have the time. And I think what's really important for me to ask you is like, how do you find the time to look after yourself better? Because with the schedule that you already have, it's busy. Like, I know it's busy.
Yeah,
so
I feel,
how does that happen for you?
I feel there'll always be an excuse if you want an excuse. Where if you want something to happen, you just have to force yourself to do it, whether it means sacrificing an extra hour's sleep and to see it as 60 minutes. Really and truly, that's all you really need to get your bit done for the day, So make it work.
Make time. Make time.
Even if it means sacrificing a bit of sleep, but make it all work. We're all busy.
I mean, I'm not advocating the loss of sleep.
1 hour? It means you go into bed a bit earlier the night before. Just make it adjust. That's sacrifice.
100%. And I think
adjustments.
I even think from that aspect of things, it's like the thing that you do, correct me if I'm wrong, is we sit down, we go through the calendar, and it's like, I actually have an hour here where I could make that work. And it's not necessarily something that is very, very easy for you to do, but you make things work around that. So you're like, if I come here, that allows me to do this, and this, potentially. Or can we go closer towards this time because I may have something similar in this area here? And within making that time, it's organizing. I feel like you're really good at organizing stuff and bringing that all together.
Oh, thanks.
That's all right, man. Just something to take away.
Thank you.
So the final bit of this episode I want to do, because obviously I didn't have a guest before you, it was just me, is I have a random question generator. And the reason why is I really enjoy a podcast that I won't mention here, but people know the trend on there. I kind of want to do my own version of that. So rather than past guest asking present guest a question, I'm going to use a random question generator.
Okay.
Don't get nervous now.
No.
Don't get nervous.
I'm not nervous.
Are you sure?
No.
So this is random questions. Okay. So I'm going to click for a question. I'm going to show you the question. And then I'm going to ask it to you. Yeah? So he's had his thinking time, people. So if you could live in a book, a TV show, or a movie, what would it be and why?
If I could live in a book, or TV show, or movie, it would be The Incredibles.
Why do you smile?
Because I love it.
Okay.
I love it. It's my favourite film.
But do you know what, yeah? Which one did you prefer out of the two?
What?
Incredibles. Because there's two films.
Just
Yeah,
the one.
What? Like, why? Why not two?
Different graphics, different voice artists, and the storyline wasn't as strong.
Do you know what? For me, right, when number one ended, because it ended with like Underminer coming out. The Underminer. And I was like, I was actually really excited to see that. And then
it really was.
How long did I wait to see Underminer just get
years.
turfed? He got turfed, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
He got turfed. Oh, man. And any books or any movies would be Incredibles, right? Book.
Tracy Beaker.
Really?
By Jackson Wilson.
Yeah. Why? I remember watching it as a kid.
Oh, I liked the book more than the show, but I've been Tracy Beaker, innit?
Yeah.
Unless you live in a care home. Care homes aren't really like that in real life. But,
yeah, of course.
You know, it seemed like a fun house.
Yeah, Tracy Beaker was timeless, man. I definitely think some of the cartoons and kid shows from our childhood were the best, like hands down. I'm gonna leave it as that, and I'm gonna ask you guys the same question: if you could live in a TV show, movie, or a book, what would it be and why? But this is Trainers Truths, episode 2. I've been Naeem, and this is
James Corbin,
my bestie. Take care, guys.
Happy New Year.
Oh no, I didn't record. No, just joking. I'm joking.